Ma'am, am I audible to everyone?
You can start, location.
Yes, ma'am. A very good afternoon to one and all present here for the orientation of the BSc program of the Symbiosis School of Economics. This is SK Logeshwaran, the General Secretary for the BSc batch. As someone who was in the same place a few years ago, sitting on the other side of the system with lots and lots of hopes and ambitions within me, it gives me a great honor to be hosting this event right now. When I look back at the shift from that side to this side, all that I can say is that it has been a wonderful ride ever since, with a lot of learnings and self improvement all along the way. Right now, we have in hand a video which encompasses about our life here at SSE. I really hope that it helps you visualize what my inner state is when I said it was a wonderful ride, and it also serves as your welcome gate into this beautiful journey. Over to the video.
SSE is basically a journey for a lifetime. You will never forget your time at SSE.
I have loved this college from the moment I've set foot in it.
SSE is a place where you can come, where all the stereotypes about cultural diversity in India and all the myths about different cultures are burst.
The faculty is very approachable, the management is very approachable, and students really are the first priority.
It gives you a lot of exposure within class and outside class as well.
Conferences, academic events, research papers, workshops, etc. that we've attended as a part of this college, I am quite certain that it's definitely not an opportunity that everyone can avail.
And you have your own fest here, which is called Equilibria, which is a beautiful culmination of everyone's efforts. You have sports, you have cultural, you have social, you have a lot of festivals happening throughout the year.
If you put people with different ideas and from different backgrounds together, that conflict is definitely to happen. But SSE is a place where you can learn that there is unity in diversity and there is a solution in collaboration.
And it's not just outside college that we do well in academics, we go beyond economics as well.
SSE gave me an edge. The institution made me a better professional, an economist and a visionary with a great communication skills. It has opened many doors for me with a very well-designed curriculum.
As a student, I was involved in numerous life projects where I was trained to work with large data and advanced software, which has currently helped me a lot in my career.
At the end of the year, everyone for doing really well in extracurriculars or co-curriculars, you do get a reward from the college on its annual day. So it's a really nice experience when you work really hard and you get rewarded for it as well. So it's like a roller coaster basically, except that it leaves you on a high and not at the bottom. So this is life at SSE.
From to wanting to live in the video till to be able to live the video, it's just pure contentment that I'm able to feel right now. And if only there's one person who should be credited rightly for all the might and magic that she has created throughout the years, I feel it should be our director, ma'am. Since the times of the webinar that I attended up until the recent conversation that I had with ma'am regarding this particular webinar, I will have to say that I'm genuinely inspired by ma'am's unwavering dedication, be it towards the institute, the faculty members, and also towards the student community. So now to pass on the same current to you all, I humbly request our director, Dr. Jyoti Chandramani ma'am to please address the gathering.
Thank you, Logeshwaran, for those very warm words. As when I was speaking to you this afternoon, I told you we are because you are. And we are here because of you, the students. So welcome everybody to this webinar of SSE 2024 for the academic year 2024-25. On behalf of Symbiosis, I welcome you to a place where Symbiosis really means living together. Our motto is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. All right, the world is one village. And then SSE has a tagline called Striving Towards Creating Equilibrium. I think it's a very great philosophy for a very great institution in a very good city. So is Pune known for Symbiosis or Symbiosis known for Pune? I think it's the other way. Symbiosis, Pune is known because of Symbiosis. And it's really been 50 years of education meeting enthusiasm. So as we begin this journey, I thought I'll make a small presentation and share my screen with you. So till then, just give me a little minute. Okay, am I ready to go? Okay, so the very building that we began, where we are sitting right now, 2008 is when our journey began with 82 students to 2024, where at the moment there are 820 students. We began with one program, BSc Economics, to now BSc Economics and MSc Economics with large number of specializations. To give you more in-depth information about the program, of course, my dear program in charge, Niharika Singh, will do that. But we are one of the largest schools in the country with a BSc, MSc, and a PhD in economics. Okay. We were very quick to adopt the 4-year program under the guidance of, the national education policy that came in. But what was good was that whatever was prescribed in that policy statement, we had definitely incorporated a lot of its inputs way back since 2008 in our evolving journey, whether there were interdisciplinary courses, multidisciplinary courses, skill enhancement, projects, internships, dissertations, etc., experiential learning, research focus. I think we had all this from way back. The journey has been that of evolving. And I think the national education policy, while it provided a great framework for all universities and institutions, we were happy that we only had to really change it from a 3-year program to a 4-year program, with, of course, a lot of brainstorming about the curriculum, which Niharika will share with you. Now, who are these real heroes of SSE? Oh, I'm sorry. Who are the real champions of SSE? Gender neutral, right? We are a gender neutral thing. So I think hero has got a gender bias. So who are the champions? Who are the geniuses at SSE? Logeshwaran, my alumni, I think all of them are in love with one community. And that community is my faculty. They are like the people who go to the war zone. They come to classrooms. They are so well prepared. And, I think SSE for them is a temple of learning, a temple of devotion. And whom are they devoted to? I can say very, very, with great confidence, they are devoted and care about the student fraternity the most. So I will leave them to speak about it, but you can see that we have 4 specializations and we have 4 heads of the department for that. And not only are my faculty champions, my admin staff also, I mean, they are so strong, committed, and they just want to solve a problem. The moment they see it fall, they want to hold it like a brilliant catch in an IPL, just in time, to see that no problems are there. Of course, there are problems, but what I'm saying is I see that commitment in my team, whether it is my admin staff, whether it is my faculty. And of course, who are we here for? none other than the students. You're going to have, Niharika speak to you about the program because she's the program in charge. You're going to have KK Roy, who's been one of our oldest teachers here, who's been a part of, he's a very proud teacher, whether it's the technology, artificial intelligence, the way he works with the students on the sports grounds, etc. He's going to speak to you. Dr. Varun is going to speak to you because of placements. Everybody is worried about placements and where are we going to go? So exactly. So I just want to tell you all, remember, SSE leaves nobody high and dry because from SSE, people take back with them not just academics, but they take back lifelong learning skill sets that will remain with them for a lifetime. So I've talked to you about my champions. I've talked to you about the placements and where do people go, right from Accenture to Citi to JPAL to CMI to Trivesta, Nelson. I mean, you name it. It all depends on how competitive you are, how good you are with the rest, and how you compete with the rest of the fraternity and make it. But we provide you the great platform with all this. All right. And you know what is the biggest endorsement for my program is that just a few days back when my team and I were talking, we were saying, you know what, we have 2,000 plus alumni and they've made it to, we were saying, oh, there are only 91 universities. When is it going to touch that 100? IPL is going on, so we're looking at centuries. What we'd look at double centuries probably. But looking at this, I asked my team to put together where all our students have gone, because that would be the biggest endorsement. And right from Australian National University to St. Andrews, to Boston, to Charles University, Columbia, Colorado, Dublin, Durham, Erasmus, Fordham, you name it, Harris School of Public Policy, Harvard, Johns Hopkins, King's College, Liverpool, London Business School, LSE, Macquarie, MIT, NUS Singapore, you name it. I mean, our students have left their footprints everywhere. Bristol, okay? Then you have Paris School of Economics, where one of my students is doing his postdoc. And we are going to be, having the honor of conferring him with the best alumni, the most accomplished alumni, because he's doing his postdoc from there. Rutgers, Singapore. And then you come down to UCL Berkeley School of Public Health, Adelaide, Amsterdam, Birmingham, Chicago, Rochester, Leeds, London, and you name it. I think we are a proud team at Symbiosis School of Economics, that our students have not only made it to 101, that auspicious number, but I think it's inching forward. And what's beautiful is that most of these institutions, universities, probably feature in the top 500 universities globally. So that's the biggest benchmark for us students. And of course, we don't just make students who go to academia and, for jobs, but we even have students who become job creators. Yash Jain actually hires students from SSE every year. And then we have Harsh Kedia, who got the Forbes award, for the youngest, the Asian award among the top 30, for his particular startup, a diabetic chef. And he's done us proud. And where do our students come from? Just like you, all over the country, whether it is West Bengal, Uttarakhand, Tripura, Telangana, small towns, big towns, countries of West Asia, South Asia, USA too, Thailand. So there's, of course, it's got a high Asian belt. And of course, a gender, which, a balance in the genders that you can see, more in favor of the female gender. And that's nice. And of course, I don't think you would even need to meet me, because the framework is so good that you get all your problems solved either with the student council, with the class representative, the class teacher. There's somebody to help you step by step. And I think that's the place that you should be, because I strongly believe that Symbiosis School of Economics is a place where knowledge, intellect, diversity, you remember the student said that, all come together, stimulating young minds, creating a class of promising economists. And what's very nice is that we are not just pure economists, but economists with social change making at heart. Welfare has not gone out of our systems and out of our curriculum to make a better tomorrow. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to speak to you and share with you the platform of what SSE can provide you. Now, I'll leave it back to Logeshwaran to take it to the next step.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Those were really inspiring words and it was very insightful. Now, I request Niharika, ma'am, to please introduce about the BSc program to all the attendees.
Thank you, Logeshwaran. A very good afternoon to everyone. Like our director ma'am has already said that we have been brainstorming about the program structure, and also it has already been a part of SSE and its program structure since even before the NEP was introduced at SSE or throughout the country. So now it was comparatively easier for us to move from the 3-year to 4-year BSc program, given the kind of foresight we had and the kind of curriculum we already were tackling. Our present program structure, which is a 4-year BSc degree with honors with research, is consisting of 170 credits. There are 4 different specializations, which you've already seen, which are also the minors. Apart from the majors remain as economics, and the 4 specializations that we have are social sciences, business entrepreneurship, finance, and artificial intelligence. In fact, it's the first time in India that any institute has come up with a combination of artificial intelligence with economics. And to deal with that in detail, we have Professor Roy, who will talk on detail about this after I talk about the program as a whole. Apart from the specializations, we also have the opportunity for our students to go abroad for student exchange dual degree program. We are in talks with several reputed universities abroad for a dual degree program. We have the options of summer school, and there are several MOUs which you can visit our website and look at. Also, which Director ma'am has recently mentioned about the universities which encourage our students for summer schools. We have internships. We have 2 different types of internships, which are NGO internships and corporate internships embedded in our program structure, through which we give an experience to the students so that they decide whether they want to go ahead with a corporate setup after their BSc, or want to go with a think tank or an NGO, and so on. The students also take up detailed research projects, which they can do along with our faculty, who already have different kinds of projects supported by government and semi-government agencies. We also have dissertation, which is a distinguisher for our BSc program. The dissertation is in the final year, which really helps students to understand a topic in detail. The faculty over here are mentors, and the students are in regular touch with them. With all these details and many more, if you want to have a detailed look at our program structure for BSc Economics Honors with Research, please visit our website and you can get the details of it. Thank you so much. I encourage you to look at our program structure and all the other details, and the other details regarding our alumni, regarding AI with economics in details. I request Professor Roy to talk in details about it. Professor Roy?
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Niharika. My name is Krishnakant Roy, and I'm teaching here since 2010, and taught courses like microeconomics, international economics, econometrics. Currently, I'm teaching international economics, and over the decade I have taught. So I must tell you one thing, that this course is the best BSc course as far as my knowledge. And we continue to make education or the degree the best. So we have introduced artificial intelligence option to our curriculum also. So as you know that artificial intelligence is everywhere, AI is everywhere, every part of our life. But about AI, the actual talks or actual spurt happened when the generative AI entered into our lives, especially when we are talking about ChatGPT, Bing AI, or Gemini. So the very important question we pondered was how AI is impacting economics, how AI is impacting economics curriculum. What are the applications of AI that can help social science problems? So we thought, our director ma'am thought that why can't we come up with an option or with a specialization which will teach us, which will tell us that how AI can impact or can be used in social sciences, especially in economics. So that's how we come up. First time we are offering, I think we are the first university or first institute which is offering economics degree with AI. So I feel very proud because that's my research area also. In this curriculum, if you ask me what are the things that you are going to learn, so things like topics or the courses like big data, deep learning, machine learning, AI in banking and finances, etc. That you are going to learn. So I'm sure definitely this inclusion of AI will give you definitely an edge over other courses. So, and I'm happy to answer if you have any queries. I'll also tell you quickly about the sports facility here. So I also take care of sports, and we definitely our sports students are very, very active, and we have all kinds of sports that we participate. So for this, maybe I will quickly request our student who is student sports in charge to come and share her thoughts or our experiences. Dhriti, are you there?
Good afternoon, sir. I hope I'm audible.
Yes.
So good afternoon, everyone. I am Dhriti Dhingra from BSc Batch 21-24. I have been the Sports Council Head of Symbiosis School of Economics for the past 2 academic years. I'm also a national level athlete. I'm here to shed light on the sports and wellness culture of SSE. Sports is not just an extracurricular activity here at SSE, but an integral part of our college experience. Whether you are an experienced athlete or just looking to try something new, there's something for everyone. We have active teams for various sports, including basketball, football, volleyball, cricket, athletics, squash, swimming, table tennis, badminton, chess, and many more. Students are encouraged and provided with all the support to participate in various intra and inter-institute competitions. We also provide students the opportunity to participate in events like taekwondo, weightlifting, and boxing. We are proud to mention that many students from our institutions were selected to represent Symbiosis International University at the West Zone Championships for the academic year 23-24. The landmark sporting event of SSE is the annual Sports Fest organized by our college Student Sports Fest body. Students are not only encouraged to participate in this fest, but also get hands-on experience as to how a sports event is managed. I would like to conclude by saying that our college not only values academic excellence, but also the holistic development of the students and a thriving sporting culture. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So Logesh, I think now maybe we can invite Dr. Varun to talk about placement, which is an important area. So do we have Dr. Varun or Logesh? Can you just see?
Can I come in for a minute?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, I just wanted to add something that, when you were talking about artificial intelligence, Roy, I wanted to tell our students that, we have a very strong support from the Symbiosis Institute of Technology because they have an applied center for artificial intelligence. So this is like truly interdisciplinary, where a very strong center of excellence is supporting with a minor program for a major program of economics honors and with research, where you would have the marriage of it coming together and providing you with this cutting edge advantage. So I just thought I'll add this value input for all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, Dr. Varun, you can share your thoughts.
Yeah. Um, Good evening, students. Good evening, parents. A very good evening and welcome to the Symbiosis School of Economics webinar. I am Dr. Varun Miglani. I have been with Symbiosis School of Economics since 2017, and I have been working as a placement in charge, as a faculty in charge for placement since 2018. So over the last 6 years, I have seen the placements at SSC grow. First thing I want to tell students is that the since you are coming in for the bachelor's at the SSE, many students are not sure about which domain or which industry they would like to work in. And it is during if your formative years at SSC where you will be having internships during the semester. You will be having experiential learning, like we have different industry visits which happen every year or every semester. You will be, or we have guest lectures. We have industry experts or alumni interaction session. And that gives you a horizon or expands your horizon about the different career opportunities which are prevailing in whether it is in academics or in industry. I would like to share my screen to share about what does placement cell at Symbiosis School of Economics do. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Is it on screen, full screen mode?
No. Now it is.
Now it is. Okay. One of the key learnings which I have learned by being a placement in charge is about enhancing the employability of our students. When I use the word employability, what I mean is that we as an human resource, students as an human resource, add a value to any business firm or in academics. And for that, they get rewarded either in a compensation or in a form of a letter of recommendations or in other forms in kinds. Now, what is that? That enhances the employability of the students. And for that, as a placement cell, we not only venture into reaching out to companies. So like in placement cell, we have 4 separate departments. One is we have a corporate outreach department, which tries to keep in a regular touch with different corporates. One is an alumni cell, which looks at the alumni connect. We have around more than 2,000 alumni, maybe 2,500 alumni, which we have, and they are our biggest assets. If you go to our SSE LinkedIn page and you see where our alumni are, which universities they are, or which industry they work in, which skill sets they work in, you will get an idea about a rich alumni base that we have. So engaging with an alumni, because alumni support us whether to get our internships to our students, whether it is supporting in placements. So and that we do by engaging them with we have a career discovery series where we invite alumni to talk about the career profession of a particular field. So for example, someone may come who's working in the finance industry as a financial analyst, or in the area of investment banking, or in the area of maybe impact evaluation, or in market research, about what are the role, what are the job salary, what is the career paths that they share during this alumni interaction. We have a career counseling which happens through one of our faculty member, Dr. Ashlesha. She takes care. We also have a separate placement cell officer who is in constant touch with students and the corporates and alumni. We regularly conduct alumni tests, because if any company comes in, where our students should be able to first clear the first round of the qualification. So we have aptitude test. We have a resume writing workshop, CV writing workshops. And let me tell you, we may have different AI, we may have different, softwares which can prepare, but still writing a CV or a resume, presenting it in one page is an art. What do you want to put it? What do you want to quantify? So for that, we get one-to-one feedback this to the students. How do we make students industry ready? So for that, we have separate placement preparation and career progression webinars or the offline workshops that we have. So this is what we as a placement cell do in order to make students who are ready, who want to go in for a job, to get it to prepare for them. That is the role of in which training and placement cell is working towards. Because when I bring in a company, if my student is not aware about what is that industry doing, if my student CV is not up to the mark, if my students do not perform well in the interview, that company is not going to come again to our institute. So we at a placement cell are constantly working towards enhancing the employability of our students as well as preparing them for. Now I would like to present the data regarding some statistics about the placement over the last 3 to 4 years. So 2021 or 21 was the year in which we were severely affected by COVID pandemic, and our placement started picking up from the year 2022 onwards, where we had 44 students being placed, and in the year 2023 we reached 61. Now you would be thinking, what are these number 44, 61? So if I look at the placement percentage, it is, I would say that our 60% of our students who applied for placement, not everyone in the batch of 183, if I look at 23, not everyone wants to go for placements. Being a 3-year program for 2023, many students wanted to go in for masters, but at least the students who wanted to sit for placement, out of 100, 61 students placed. One of the reasons a student not getting placed is, I would also mention about their performance in the interview, their performance in the written test. Whether a candidate is prepared for that particular role or not, a job or not, that is what the company envisages. If they feel that the candidate will be there for a longer duration and will settle in the work culture, then only they would be looking to hire. Many times students think at the end, okay, now we are not getting a good master's program, let's go in for a job market, which is a good decision, because it is always, before doing an MBA, it is good to get a experience and then go for your master's when you are sure that you want to make your career in this domain that way. So if we look at the placement statistics, the package is in lakhs per annum. So what we are seeing is our the package has increased from 6 lakhs to 7.5 lakhs. That is our mean. And if I look at the highest packages, in the 2022, we had the highest package of 21 lakh per annum by DE Shaw, which is a financial services firm. And last year, and even in this year, we had a highest package of 12.7 lakhs, which was given by ZS Consultancy. ZS Consultancy is a consultancy-based firm. Coming to which type of companies come at our for the placement, it is 30% students go into the financial sector, and 37% go into the area of consultancy. Rest, we have market research and IT-based firm which hire the students for analyst positions. These are some of the companies which come to visit our SSE for hiring. With this, I would like to end the presentation of my placements. I am here if you have any questions related to placements or alumni placements, you can please post it in the chat window and I'll be happy to answer them at the end. Over to you, Logesh.
Thank you, Varun sir, for shedding light upon the placements at our institute. Moving on, we also have Krisha Chandani, one of the seniors that has gone to inspiring me a lot personally here with us to share the perspectives of our alumni from SSE. Over to you, Krisha.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Krisha Chandanani, and I graduated in the year 2023. I currently work for a startup in Pune, and 2024 fall onwards, I'll be attending the London School of Economics and Political Science. And just to sum up my journey in SSE, I would call it beautiful because, like, you guys are so lucky that you have the 4-year course. Like, I would take it in a blink because it helps you so much when you go for further studies, and it also helps you so much when you get into, uh, the job prospects because you know what research is being done on ground when you pursue such a course. And even despite having a 3-year degree, even during my time, I had the opportunity to work with institutions like NABARD, which is the apex institution for rural credit in India. I mean, once you have that on your resume, there is absolutely nothing like it. You are in a different league altogether. Talking about AI, which is a specialization this year, the startup that I work with is actually an AI-based startup. So I did not have a background, and yet I was able to mold into it so easily because we don't just learn about economics at SSE. We are truly multidisciplinary, and that has helped me so much. And given that you will have a specialization, you can just imagine the levels that you can reach because like Roy sir said, that the boom happened after Chat GPT was a thing, but there is so much that is there over and above Chat GPT that you can explore. Coming to other research-based prospects, all I would say that you will never lack resources here. When I was doing my dissertation, I had to conduct analysis using a particular software which was too expensive for a normal student laptop. And I did not even have to bother just going around or switching my dissertation pathway because I could sit in the computer lab and do all the analysis because it was at my disposal all the time. So you know that there is absolutely nothing that you will lack in this institution. Even talking about the extracurriculars, I myself have been involved very much so in everything that takes place. And even though Logeshwaran and the video initially spoke about the fest, it's not just those 3-4 days of fest and the sports fest that takes place throughout the year. You have so many single day events. You have Garba night, and tagged as the best dancer or the best dressed. Then you have a Christmas carnival. You have the famous ethnic day battle. So it is going to be a wild ride, and you are going to thoroughly, thoroughly enjoy it at SSE. Thank you so much. And like everybody else, if you have any questions with respect to, what you can do after you graduate and from an alumni or student perspective, please put your questions in the chat window and I'll be happy to answer them.
Thank you so much, Krisha. With that, the floor is right now open for the question for the attendees. Please feel free to ask your questions in the chat window.
Dr. Varun, would you like to take that?
Yeah. Thank you, Tushni. Thank you, Tushni, for the question. So Tushni is asking, what would be more preferable, going for a placements after BSc or pursuing masters? It depends on the individual. So many times, like what happens in a masters is 1 or 2 years of masters, and the level of the rigor in that particular subject is quite higher. And if a student has an interest in that domain. Like suppose you in economics, in a BSc economics, you have been exposed to different economic subjects, and but there are more advanced level of economic concepts which are there, which we may not touch during our bachelor's. And in masters, there are different more specializations are there. So for example, suppose a person who wants to do, in economics. So in economics, we have development economics, or, more specialized agribusiness or finance or international trade. And the as if you see over the years, the knowledge or the subject knowledge which is being created is so huge, is vast, and you would like to know more about that subject in depth, and then you would like to go in for a master's. But you should know in which domain you want to do your master's. Are you really interested in economic master's? Are you interested in finance master's? Are you interested in business administration or entrepreneurship? Or, or it could be public policy. So once you have identified that I want to reach higher up the ladder in this field, then you look to do masters in that field if you are clear. Many times students are not many times we are not clear about what subject we want to be. Like for example, if I have to be an IAS officer, or I want to become an economist of a particular bank or of a then I would require a master's eligibility. I would require a master's eligibility. Many consultancy firms have kept their for a higher position. There are different positions: analyst, research manager. Now, one is if you want to come directly to a research manager, they may have kept entry barrier as the masters. But for for analysts, they may have a bachelor's. A bachelor person can go to masters, but it may take 3-4 years of his progression. Another thing is, student along with bachelors are also working on certain programs like CFA, chartered accountancy, or company secretaryship. Now, when you are preparing for such kind of examination, then you may be working on this side by side your with your bachelor's, and even after that, and you're working because you're already going for a professional certification like CFA. Maybe you may not be required to do a master's that time, because I am saying this based on what my alumni have been doing. And many of my alumni, a bright alumni, right now they have reached good positions by just after their bachelor's, they went in for a job, and they are reaching good, and they are thinking whether we should do masters or not. They are not sure, because they have that domain, that skill sets, that knowledge they have gained. So what is that program? How is that master's program going to add value to my skill sets? How much it is going to help me in my career progression? Then a person takes a decision in what field. If you're not sure, it is better to do a job in your field of interest for a year, and then you figure it out. Thank you. Ma'am, there are some other questions regarding student exchange program and SET syllabus.
Yes, for SET, you can look at the website, check the syllabus. We do not provide the question papers for SET as such. It is a common entrance test or not, and not specific to School of Economics. For the student exchange, like I already said, that we already have it in our syllabus. We have MOUs with several universities. Along with that, we also have summer schools and provisions for summer schools where you can exchange credits if your courses are mapped outside. We are in talks with universities in UK and Australia for a dual degree program. It will be updated on the website. You can look at our website for further details. The internships start from third semester onwards. You will be given a break for after second semester. You get a break for the internships. There are two different internships: NGO internships and corporate internships. They are all done during the summer breaks. And there's a high demand of economics because it is also a multidisciplinary program structure overall. You can choose your minors or specializations, as we say. Depending upon that, you have various options provided by college as well as off-campus opportunities. You can coordinate with our alumni, which is a very strong network. So you can get details of the jobs, job opportunities, and the kind of companies that recruit, like Dr. Varun has already said. Professor Roy is also in charge of alumni. So we have regular alumni meets where you can see what our alumni are doing and what are the career prospects of this.
Niharika ma'am, I want to take one question.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. There is a question by Daksh. He asks about the how is BSc honors in SSE better than BMS in NMIMS? Daksh, I have done BMS from Bombay, and I can tell that both programs are completely different. I'll say when I should not be saying completely different, but the subjects are different. In BMS, you will learn all different aspects of management. If you look at the curriculum, all aspects: service sector management, rural management, principles of management, entrepreneurship, leadership, corporate governance, ethics, all related to business administration. It's a 4-year program. It will also have a course on economics, but that economics course will be just 8 credits out of 150 credits, or maybe 10 credits out of 150 credits. Here in economics, you will have more economic related subjects, more in depth about economic subject, macroeconomics, agricultural economics, international economics, financial economics, environmental economics, gender and labor economics, where we use economic principles that we have learned to look at the aspect of the different problems which are there in different sectors in the whole economy. How would you apply economic principles or the usage of statistics to look at international trade issues, to look at agricultural issues? So the crux is economics, as we also say, it is like a mother of social science. It is about that, that. And BMS is business administration. Both are different programs. It is what you are interested in, and then you make a choice. Let me tell you, if you do a BMS, you may not be interested to do an MBA. It can happen because for 4 years you have learned all those subjects, and the same subjects would be there in an MBA program, similar subjects. So if you want, my personal view is, look at what subjects really interest you. You look at our curriculum, how many finance courses we have, AI courses, the kind of curriculum we have and the kind of curriculum they have, or that BMS program has. You decide what really excites you, which subjects you would want to spend more time on, and then you take a decision. I feel this is my. And after economics, you can go for government examinations, you can go for entrepreneurship, you can go for an MBA. Our students have got into an MBA program across in India as well as foreign universities. So our BSc economics program is well recognized for even for a MBA program also, if in case you want to do later an MBA, if you have an interest in management. I hope I have answered you, Daksh.
Okay, so there was one question with respect to AI. So I'll quickly just answer that question. The question was related to what you get to learn probably. So let me just open. This question was raised by Aradhya, right? So in AI minor, you get to learn courses like big data. You get to learn deep learning, machine learning, and then introduction to AI in social sciences, then application of AI in banking and finances. So these are some of the courses you get to learn. And the second part of the question you asked, what Director Ma'am said about center. So I've given the link. So that center is particularly dedicated to AI related projects. So we have a lot of AI related projects, which was primarily handled by Symbiosis Institute of Technology. So the center was originated by Symbiosis Institute of Technology. But yes, we all can go there, we can do their research, we can collaborate and do different projects. Yeah. Okay, so any other query that, Logesh, you think any other query that was not answered, can you just identify quickly?
So I think most of the queries we've been answering in the chat itself, so it would make it clear. No such any new query. I'll just.
I think exchange program, yes, Niharika ma'am, we already answered, right? We do have exchange program.
Yes.
And you have to go through a process of selection to get into that. And every year, probably 8 to 10 students definitely go to European universities, if I'm not wrong. So
That
yes,
is right.
there has to be certain criteria that you have to fulfill. And not everyone can go. So that is one thing. And in comparison to Delhi University, I think someone asked a question. As a student also opting for Delhi University Niharika ma'am, I think we must tell one of the fact that if you combine NCR, around, roughly speaking, around 30 or 1/3 of our students are from NCR. I think Logesh or Krisha can say that. So definitely a strong presence of NCR students who come from that place to this place. Of course, Delhi University is very old. It's very old, and we are just into this institution for last 15 years. But Delhi University is 100 years old. So, but in terms of curriculum, in terms of, I think the course our course is very, very advanced. So, yeah. Ma'am, you would like to take any question that in the chat, if you want to take anything. Most of the questions are answered.
Yeah, I think honors plus
thank you.
research.
Thank you. I'm looking at these chats because I had stepped out a bit for a meeting. Yes, Delhi University is known as an old university, but I think we definitely have left our mark as one of the largest departments in the country, as I said. And I think the kind of faculty we have, the curriculum we have, I don't have to endorse it more. As I said, more than 100 plus universities where our students have gone, whether they made it to IIMs, Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Kolkata, etc. That's one. And the second is, the second point is that IITs, IIMs, corporates, I think we have done well. It has been endorsed. So I don't want to make the statement that Delhi University, we are better than Delhi University, but we are as good, if not better. All right. At least because it's a long traditional university, but I can definitely say my faculties are champions and all my students have been champions by the way they have gone, because we have a story to tell. So on that front, that is my answer to you. A few more questions that you have said that as a student opting for Delhi University, I've seen, does the professors include students in research programs? Niharika, I hope you told them how you took them with you to the NABARD project.
I think Krisha has just mentioned that when she mentioned NABARD, she was a part of that research project where SSE was doing a big research project which were being conducted in 3 different states in India. And we had taken BSc students along with us for the NABARD research project. So yes, of course we do. That is in fact one of our major highlights of the program and program structure. And that is a differentiator as well, because at BSc we give you a very different kind of exposure in terms of research. And when I say research with honors, that means at the end of 3 years, you get to decide based on your minimum qualification, which is if you get 7.5 CGPA at least, you are able to take research as your specialization when you opt for an honors with 4 years degree. So with a lot of...
If I come in here,
Yes, ma'am.
if I come in here, y'all were asking what project. So let's say you are assigned to Professor Roy. Then he would be talking to you on research in education, in pedagogy, in technology. He's already working on a major research project which is funded by the university. So he will be able to tell you exactly his area is that. If you are assigned with Varun, it's a lot to do with rural development. If you're assigned with Niharika, it's a lot to do with gender, microfinance, social inclusion, financial inclusion, etc. If you're assigned with me, then there's a lot to do with urban development. We even have a lot of work going on employment, on how to calculate the GDP of the city. So if you go onto our website, you will see the projects we have concluded and the projects that we are working on. So in fact, there are no shortages of ideas. In fact, one of the new things that we have decided this year is, maybe even the people on this platform don't know, but what we are going to be telling everybody is that when TY students leave, they finish a dissertation. And when they finish a dissertation, they always have areas for further research. Okay. And we thought that those areas of further research, like Logeshwaran is going to work on something, and whatever he's going to do is not going to complete because there is scope for further research. So like that, we would be having almost 300 ideas of scope for further research. And all of us are guides. So I think there's going to be so much to study about. But we definitely would be working a lot on impact assessment and evaluation. All right. So that was my input that came in. I can see 2 new chats come in. So what are they? Yes, y'all can take it, please. Okay, what benefit will a student have after completing a research in economics? Research typically helps you to answer that very famous Rajesh Khanna movie, Ye kya hua, kaise hua, kyun hua, kab hua, kaise hua, right? That's a very beautiful song which captures it all. It helps you to do critical thinking. It helps you to, when you can make a one-pager of a problem with a solution, with a question, with a methodology and your takeaways, to make that one-pager or to make an abstract is very difficult. And our students do a damn good job about that. So what is the outcome of research? Critical thinking. When you think well, then when you go for interviews, whether it is academic interviews or placement interviews, you're going to shine. Because when you've done a research for 6 months under one of my faculty, you will have so much to speak about. All right. And that so much to speak about talks about how in-depth your knowledge has been in that area. Okay. So I think from my side, I've added a little bit, but if one of you want to add value to what has been said, please go ahead.
Okay, maybe I'll add one thing, because one of the question was in comparison to due that in the past 15 years, the curriculum was not updated. See, typically, if you see, generally, that's a trend that government institutions, they don't change their curriculum very often. I mean, that's what it is observed. So yes, but that is not the case with the private universities. We can change, update, upgrade our curriculum, in fact, very often whenever it is required. So one of the example is that we are coming up with AI in the degree. So that is the validation that we definitely can change the course, the program very often. Yes.
There is another question where, somebody's asked a very smart question. I think, Tushar, good question. which has important base in economics nowadays. See, the base is economics. Now what you're adding to it is data science, finance, or AI. Frankly speaking, it's all three. Because in AI, you will find some finance papers. In finance, you will find some AI papers. In data science, you'll have a bit of all, So let me tell you, nobody stops, even at our age, when we are teaching, or I'm much, much older, we still are learning. So we all opt for new courses. So no program is going to give you this perfect knowledge of everything. You will always need to fine tune by adding something more. There are Swayam courses, there are Coursera courses, there are Udemy courses available online. And of course, let's say a batch of 24, 28 join us, and somewhere down the line they say, hello ma'am, we are 40 of us and we need this particular course. Need-based, demand-based is always, looked at in that way. We
Ma'am,
always
just
address.
adding on.
Yes, please.
Adding on to that and answering the same question, that is the reason why the basics of all data science, finance, or AI, we have incorporated in our program structure, which are compulsory for all the minors as well. So like, for example, data visualization is a part and course that is compulsory for all the minors in specialization. So there are, and even for finance, so financial management is compulsory for all the minors. So thereby we have incorporated basics of all finance, data, and AI and put some courses as compulsory for all.
Somebody asked a question that, Delhi University and SSE, and the new program gives you this opportunity of being in Delhi. Then in the second year, you opt out of that and come to Symbiosis School of Economics. So you can experience that as well as this. All right. But sometimes, of course, if the course maps, etc., but the new framework given by the National Education Policy allows you to exist at the end of year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. All right. Mohammed, set out, cut off varies every year. So it's very difficult to predict. It depends on how good or how bad the students are. Yes, Shilpi, am I right? It's different every year. Have we answered all your questions?
Fintech is only for those of you who would anyone who would like to exit. It is a vocational course that is offered. Part of fintech is also offered as a detailed course in our finance specialization.
Of course, economic honors. Okay, that's an answer to anybody who says which is better to pursue, BBA or economic honors. Economics honors is undoubtedly a very strong, you take that you take that protein bar, right? I think we are that fantastic protein bar. In the local language, we say we have all the ingredients, and therefore this is really that it's the best curriculum that you could get, which after that, if you do MBA, it'll just be a cakewalk for you. Any program. In fact, everybody has found that the rigor, and we are not embarrassed to say this, that the rigor at SSE is so good that the life after SSE they find much, much easier. And, Roy and I were at our alumni meeting in March this year in Bombay, where we met people who had made it to different industries and etc. And they came out and said, we're so happy that, you made our program so rigorous, because others in our company were struggling while we were able to really sail through that. Am I right, Roy? You remember those?
Absolutely, absolutely correct. In fact, ma'am, I'll tell you, you must be thinking that, of course, we are from School of Economics, so we will definitely say economics is better. But that's not the point. I'll tell you, if you're looking for a very easy, fun-loving kind of course, very easy, not rigorous, then probably BBA is fine. And BBA have all like marketing, HR, that anyway you learn in MBA, as ma'am said. But if you're really looking for a curriculum, rigorous curriculum, unique, comprehensive, tough, then definitely BSc Economics Honors.
Now,
So
there are two questions here: that do you collaborate with other institutions for events? In fact, just now, that while we are here, there's an event happening in our Vishwa Bhavan. Can you see this lovely building behind me with lovely flags on it? My entire TY students and my faculty are there because there is a lovely talk happening with PIC, Pune International Center, and Symbiosis in collaboration, where we are talking about, there's a book by, Mr. Ramchandra on China, and it's being discussed, and students are writing that as their, what is it? It's like a part of their integrated learning outcomes in class. So they will write an assignment on that. So we collaborate. We were a part, in fact, I was on the G20 committee. So a lot of G20 based programs with the government of India, with the Ministry of External Affairs, we hosted in Symbiosis and at SSE, and at that point. So we had that kind of event. We have a collaboration with NABARD. We have a collaboration with Niti Aayog. We work with very strongly with Center for Technology Innovation, etc. Oh, how big is the role of mathematics in economic courses? Roy, take it. It's your favorite.
yeah, so I mean, the name of the degree is BSc Economics Honors. So you can imagine it's BSc Bachelor of Science. Almost maybe you can say that 1/3 of the courses have at least quant application. So if you talk about microeconomics, yes, microeconomics can be learned without quant and with quant, but at SSC, you need to have quant. So we have dedicated courses for quant, let's say maths, statistics, fundamentals of mathematical economics. Those are dedicated quant course. Plus, we have courses like micro, macro, international. These are courses where application of mathematics is there. Definitely, even if you don't like mathematics, don't worry. We start from the scratch. We teach you basic mathematics, calculus. We teach calculus, probability, all of these topics, which is covered in class 12. And definitely, this is heavy maths. This requires quant for this. Maybe Niharika ma'am can also add some points.
Right. So any course that you're looking at, a basic of mathematics is important, also because it is a BSc economics course, not a BA economics course, which is a very common query that we get every year. Therefore, at least if you have not revised, I would recommend you to go through all the 11th, 12th mathematics courses and see if you can go ahead. We also have a bridge course before our program begins, which helps you revise all the 11th, 12th concepts of mathematics so that you can cope up with the rigor of the syllabus that we have over here along with mathematics and economics.
What I want to say is, that I think people in the 9th standard get very scared and give up mathematics. In fact, we feel so sad because, they have probably been guided at that point in a particular way. But, without, helping people who've missed that particular opportunity to bridge that gap, I think many of you who've joined here today, if you've felt that you've given up maths, whether you come to SSE or not, please pick up maths again. It's an important skill set to have with you for the rest of your life. Okay. And when you learn it now, you would not be learning it really in these holidays for passing an exam. You would be learning it because it will give you more critical thinking. So do not give up maths, pick it up again, even if you have to struggle a bit, because lambi race ka wo ghoda hai. It will help you. Now, somebody asked me, will economics help me in entrepreneurship? Or which other course? Like you may say BBA is better for entrepreneurship because, it's business administration, etc. In fact, economics gives you the entire rational thinking, the 10 principles of economics, then the rigor that you get over here, and the kind of work that you have to do. It prepares you for entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is not a cakewalk, right? And in fact, because we want people to be creating jobs, that's why we have felt that we should do this, and we've assigned somebody for entrepreneurship. And this time, for our annual day, we are having somebody who's a startup person, a serial startup person, who's going to come and talk to our students. And of course, this will be on YouTube, so we will share it with you. And I'm sure that would be a great learning for you, because we really mean to see how the startup culture in the country, in Maharashtra, in Pune, increases. We want unicorns to come out from here. And Symbiosis also has an incubation center, the Symbiosis Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation. So that don't worry about entrepreneurship. In fact, we would be happy if somebody started it from first year over here.
I think the last question you asked about as a humanities, yes, you can manage. You can manage because we, as I said, we teach fundamentals of mathematics. Only thing is that you just have to be fearless. Don't be afraid of maths. I mean, it will take some time to grasp. And I think, Niharika ma'am, we also have some bridge courses in case you are facing a lot of difficulties. So no need to worry. That's not the admission criteria that you should have maths in class 12. So it is very clear. I think that's all. We have already crossed the time limit.
Yes, and we have, I think, answered all the questions.
Yeah, Logesh, you can.
Yes, ma'am. I think we've answered most of the questions. All right, then. Thank you. With this, we reach the end of this webinar. Firstly, I would like to take this opportunity to thank our director, Dr. Jyoti Chandramani ma'am, for being our constant source of guidance. I would also like to thank all the faculties who shared very, very vital insights about the program and took us all through the intricacies carefully. I must have to say that the faculties are the true champions out here. They play a lot of roles, including that of being our mentors, friends, guides, philosophers, etc. And from everyone in the student body, I can assure you that the program trains you to be an all-rounder, excelling in every possible way. Manage is our mantra here, and multitask is our way forward here. The institute prepares us for the greater picture out there in a very distinct way, as endorsed very well by our alumni all around. I also take this opportunity to once again thank you all, and hoping to see you on the other side sooner here at where I am currently. With that, we come to the end. Thank you so much.